Reading the Bible is vital. Hello, Saturday, January 4th, 2020. It's your man, it's your friend, it's your brother, Cordell Glass. Super excited. It's a wonderful day here in Columbus, Ohio, where I am. We're still getting this, I don't know what you want to call this weather. It's like this fall-esque, early spring type weather in January. I'm not complaining at all. I think I saw a few snowflakes out there, but it's not icy. It's not freezing cold. I'll take it. But it's also a great day to get in the Word of God. Today we are reading from 1 Kings chapter 4. I'm going to read from the Amplified Bible today. And it says here, Solomon's officials. King Solomon was king over all the people of Israel. These were his chief officials. Azariah, the son of Zadok, was the high priest. By the way, we're going to have fun today because I can't pronounce half of these names. Like I said in previous videos, it doesn't really matter. If you got to make up your own name just to make sense of it, that's fine. So as long as you can identify who that person is as you're reading through various verses and chapters. Verse 3 says, Elihoreph and Ahijah, the sons of Shisha, were scribes. Jehoshaphat, the son of Ahilud, was the recorder of important events. Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, was in command of the army. Zadok and Abiathar were priests. Azariah, the son of Nathan, was in charge of the deputies. Zabud, the son of Nathan, was priest and was the king's friend and trusted advisor. Ahishar was in charge of the household or palace. And Adoniram, the son of Abda, was in charge of the forced labor. Solomon had 12 deputies over all Israel, who secured provisions for the king and his household. Each man had to provide for a month in the year. That's a sweet way to divvy it out. These were their names. Ben-Hur in the hill country of the tribe of Ephraim. Bendeker in Makaz, and Shelbim, and Beth Shemesh, and Elon Bethhanan. Ben Hesed in Aruboth, to him belonged Soko and all the land of Hefer. Ben Abinadad in all the hills of Dor. Taphath, Solomon's daughter, was his wife. Bana, the son of Ahilud, in Tanakh, Megiddo, and all the Bethshean, which is beside Zarethan, below Jezreel, from Bethshean to Abel Meholah, as far as beyond Jokmeam. Ben Geber in Ramoth Gilead, the villages of Jair, the son of Manasseh, which are in Gilead, belong to him. Also the region of Argob, which is in Bashan, 60 great cities with walls and bronze bars. Ahinadab, the son of Edo, in Mahanaim. Seems like I'm speaking Arabic or something right now. Ahimaaz in the tribe of Naphtali. He also married Basemath, Solomon's daughter. Benah, the son of Hushai, in the tribe of Asher and Bilioth, which I found something to be pretty cool here. It's mentioned now 2 of Solomon's daughters, and these men who were deputies within his, I guess, his government, if you will. They were his son-in-laws, and so he was able to build relationships trusted relationships with his son-in-laws to put them in charge. That's pretty cool. I mean, I think when you're in position where you have a ministry or you have a business, it's awesome to look to your family members to put them in positions of leadership if they're capable, instead of, immediately going and looking into putting people in places of leadership that are outside of the family. Why not start with your family if they fit the mold, if they're capable and skilled, or you're in a position where you see potential in them and you can train them up to be leaders within your organization. I think it just makes sense. Let's see here, where we at? I think verse 17. Jehoshaphat, the son of Paruah, in the tribe of Issachar, Shimei, the son of Elah, in the tribe of Benjamin, Geber, the son of Uri, in the land of Gilead, the country of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and of Gog, king of Bashan, and he was the only officer who was in the land. Solomon's power, wealth, and wisdom. Verse 20. The people of Judah and Israel were as numerous as the sand that is in abundance by the sea. They were eating and drinking and rejoicing. Now Solomon reigned over all the kingdoms from the Euphrates River to the land of the Philistines and to the border of Egypt. They brought tribute or money and served Solomon all the days of his life. Solomon's food for the royal household for one day was 30 cores of finely milled flour. Not sure what cores are. Let's see here. It says this was the largest unit of volume, but the actual amount varied because it was based on the volume of an egg, the basic Jewish standard of volume. The core was equivalent to the homer and was supposed to equal 4,320 eggs. Sheesh. Modern estimates of the volume range between 7 and 12 bushels. That's a lot of eggs. That's a lot of weight. So it says that there was 60 cores of wheat flour. Or no, wait. 30 cores of finely milled flour, 60 cores of wheat flour, 10 fat oxen, 20 pasture-fed oxen, 100 sheep, not counting fallow deer, gazelles, roebucks, and fattened foal. I think that's how you would say that word. Basically, I think foal of birds. For he was ruling over everything west of the Euphrates River, from Tifsa to Gaza, over all the kings west of the Euphrates River. And he had peace on all sides around him. Judah and Israel lived in security, every man under his vine and fig tree, in peace and prosperity, from Dan in the north to Beersheba in the south, during all the days of Solomon. That's amazing. That they were all able to live in peace, no wars, no famine. It says peace and prosperity. That's amazing because, I think as long as I can recall, especially as an adult, our country, United States, we've been in some type of war pretty much. We've been having troops dying in countries like Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, Kuwait, all over. We've had many of our troops dying, and thank God in our land here in the United States, we've been pretty much in peace and prosperity for the most part. But overall, we've seen a lot of our soldiers losing their lives under the rule of various presidents we've had over the past 18, 19, 20 years that I've been aware of. Let's see here. Since 9/11, it's been crazy. Let's see, where am I at? I think verse 26. Solomon also had 40,000 stalls of horses for his chariots and 12,000 horsemen. Those deputies provided food for King Solomon and for all the staff who came to King Solomon's table, each in his month. They let nothing be lacking. They also brought the barley and straw for the horses and swift steeds, war horses, chargers, to the place where it was needed, each man according to his assignment. So he had a lot of trusted people in place. That's definitely a true sign of leadership, and it's a true sign of favor to be able to find that many people that would actually stick to their tasks to carry out the assignment that they have for them. Because one leader can do it in and of themselves. If you're a leader and or aspiring leader and you think that somehow you can run any organization, small or large, all by yourself and be successful at it, you're gravely mistaken. There's so many moving parts in an organization for it to function properly that it takes trusted people that you can give a task to and trust and give them the room to actually accomplish it, and so that you can take your hands off of it and not feel like you have to micromanage them or anything like that. I'm sure Solomon did not have to do that because these people were already skilled and trained for that position, or he himself found the ability to do it, to train them, or found other skilled people, whether they were from his land or another land. He found some way to make sure people had the training necessary to where he could close his eyes at night or focus on whatever else he needs to do within his kingdom, and trust that the work's going to get done. So I think that's a sign of a good leader, is making sure that the people that you're raising up get the proper training so that you can rest well and know that the job is getting done. Don't just expect people to know how to do everything the way that you believe it should be done. If there's a specific way you want things done, make it clear and put people in place that can train, that can take instructions, and that can not only take instructions but also be able to improvise when it's necessary to do so. Verse 29, now God gave Solomon exceptional wisdom and very great discernment and breadth of mind, like the sand of the seashore. Solomon's wisdom surpassed the wisdom of all the sons of the east and all the wisdom of Egypt. For he was wiser than all other men, wiser than Ethan the Ezrahite and Zeman, Calcol, and Darda, the sons of Mahol. Never heard of these people, but obviously they were known to be very wise, but he was even wiser than those people. His fame was known in all the surrounding nations. Everybody knew who he was. He also spoke 3,000 proverbs, and his songs were 1,005. As we look into Proverbs in the book, there's a book in the Bible. If you're not familiar, there's a book in the Bible called Proverbs, and many of those proverbs are written by King Solomon. And his songs were 1,005. So he was just like his father. He was a psalmist. He was a man of great wisdom, and he didn't hesitate on sharing those things. And he had people in place to help record those great sayings, which is definitely a plus, to have people in your life that take note of what you have to say, so that just in case you're not recording it, you have other people that are in place that see what you have to say is important and record it. He spoke of trees, from the cedar, which is in Lebanon, to the hyssop vine that grows on the wall. He spoke also of animals, of birds, of creeping things, and fish. There's so much wisdom that God is able to display, and has displayed through his creation. And I think that just reading this, it goes to show that wise people study not just the Bible or books that people have written, but they look around and look at nature and are able to find life principles just by studying God's creation. And I met a guy who said he studies organizational leadership by studying ants. I mean, that was mind blowing to me. I forget what it was, a particular type of ant, that he studies, and he's able to help organizations grow and scale their business by studying these ants. It's unbelievable. But there's wisdom in everything, and I think that wise people are able to draw wisdom from any and everything. People came from all the people's nations to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and from all the kings of the earth who had heard of his wisdom. So when you're wise, I mean, it's going to be contagious. People are going to want to flock to hear what you have to say. They're going to want to read your books. They're going to want to watch your content on YouTube or other social media platforms. Don't be intimidated by somebody else's level of wisdom. Solomon wasn't intimidated by the wisdom of surrounding nations. He just knew what God had put inside of him. He knew what God was revealing to him, and he was willing to share what was brought to his attention for people to be able to gain wisdom. So, I mean, there's some things that there's people in your life that you look at and you're like, oh man, they're so wise. You know, you might think of yourself to be inadequate or think that you don't have anything to offer, but there's wisdom that God has instilled inside of you. There's experiences that God has allowed you to have. There's things that God has put on your heart to study and to be proficient in that somebody else may not even notice. They may not even identify with in any capacity, but God has given you a special eye for it. So be encouraged. Take the time to expound upon what God has put inside of you to share for the world, and trust and believe that the audience that God has for you to share and to educate, he's going to make it possible for you to have that platform. And all you got to do is take the step. All you got to do is have courage and be confident in what God has placed inside of you, and be willing to share with others, and see that your sphere of influence will grow from that. So I hope you guys are blessed by 1 Kings chapter 4. Reading the Bible is vital. Please share this video, like, subscribe. If you're looking at this on YouTube, if you're looking at this on Facebook or any other platform, please share it with your friends and family. Be blessed. See you tomorrow. Peace.